Welcome. Welcome. So I'm not a fighter. I'm not a fighter. I'm a casual fan. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Don't trust me. You know what I'm saying? Just fucking trust your gut instinct. When you make your bets, and I tell you to pick this guy, pick the other guy. Who the fuck do you want to do? Fucking, it's UFC 300 today, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm very excited. Very excited. Ecstatic, brother. Fucking excited. Shout out to Lucas Tracy, the MMA guru, Chael motherfucking Sonnen, fucking, I guess Ariel fucking Helwani. No, I'm just playing. But, you know, shout out to the guys, man. Without them, I wouldn't be here. But today we're gonna discuss this card. We're gonna start from the top. You know, let me do my thing. But we're gonna start from the top. Man. So, fuck, this knife is dull as fuck. Yo, bro. I'm probably gonna die soon. But anyway, we're gonna start from the top, man. And we're gonna start with Jamal Hill versus Alex Pereira. And we're gonna talk about why fans are so fucking dumb. You know, fight fans are fucking retards. They're just like any other sports fan. I like this guy more, so I think he's gonna win. That's such a fucking stupid way to think. The reality is this: Jamal Hill isn't healthy, hasn't recovered fully, and you know, Alex Pereira's camp is good. He prepared to fight off the back foot. If he can catch that motherfucker with a left hook, you know what the fuck's happening. He's going to sleep. But if Jamal Hill is healthy, Jamal Salty Hill is healthy, he's going to put a beating on that motherfucker. Like, I don't know what fights you guys watched. I've watched Alex Pereira struggle so many times against low volume strikers. That's it, kickboxing and MMA. He has not fought somebody with knockout power that has the output of Jamal Hill. And we can sit here and say, Izzy fights like a fucking bitch. And yeah, when he got him up against the cage and capitalized off that opportunity, but that's not how Izzy fights for 5 rounds. He fights like a fucking pussy. Jamal Hill fights like a fucking demon from round 1 to round 5. And I don't know if you've seen him in round 4 and round 5, but those are his better rounds. Whereas for Alex, he seems to lose steam after like round 3. After round 3, he's just waiting for his opportunity to land a bomb. Or he's just trying to win a decision because he's typically already won the first 2 or 3 rounds. Yeah, that's just how he's a good fighter. He's an amazing fighter. I don't doubt that. I just don't think he has what it takes to beat up a dog. I don't think Alex is a dog. I think he's a monster. And you know, when Frankenstein was running away in the woods, they didn't find monsters to chase him. They put some pit bulls on a leash. They said, find them. Jamal Salty fucking Hill for the win. UFC 300 main event. Moving down to the fucking, this should be the fucking, this is the co-main event, but this should be like the 3rd fucking fight in the fucking main card. It's Zhang Yaonan versus, or Zhang Weili, or Yan Yaonan, and whatever the fuck her name is. Zhang Weili, why is that even a fight? Who put that fight together? Whoever was at the table at the UFC headquarters, we should do an International Fight Week fight on UFC 300. It'd be so cool. Like, guys fucking retarded? No one asked for this fight. John Whitley's gonna beat the shit out that bitch. Anyway, moving on. Max Holloway versus Justin Gaethje. Justin Gaethje's gonna knock him out. Justin Gaethje's too powerful. Justin Gaethje's too strong. Justin Gaethje's too big. Justin Gaethje hits too hard. Max gets hits a lot. Stop. What are you guys doing? Why don't you just like watch them fight instead of like regurgitating other people's fucking opinions and like things you've heard online? That's like not actually how it goes. This is the reality. Justin Gaethje is an amazing fighter. But it's not because of his like high level striking. And I mean, everybody says he's got better at striking. I don't think he's got better. I think the competition he's been fighting isn't as. I just think guys are a little bit more plotty at lightweight now, so his striking looks better. Like you had Rafael Fiziev who had him. He was firing in the pocket. So I don't doubt that Gaethje has the ability to be high output. But you saw how tired he got in that fight. He was winded. You know what I mean? So he's not really a high volume striker, and the reason why he looks so much better now is a lot of his opponents, like Dustin Poirier, is not. These guys are just they're throwing big meaty hooks at 155 now, guys. 155 is not the competitive, speedy division it used to be. We can't continue to lie to ourselves about this. So I do believe Justin Gaethje got better, but I also think he looks a lot better because look at Beneil Dariush. We had this idea that Beneil Dariush was like this heavy hitter with fast hands who'd be able to overpower Charles. And Charles is pretty solid on the feet. I'm not a Charles Oliveira fan, but he was able to stand with Gaethje and Poirier. Bro, we had this idea that Beneil was good, and we didn't even look. I watched the fights, but I was like, all right, maybe he's just that so good that he's not trying. That's what it kind of seemed like. He's just always kind of sleepy in there. You know what I mean? Beneil, sleepy Dariush. After seeing him get sparked by Charles like that, I realized, okay, so the top 10 in the lightweight division, except for the wiry, thin guys, they're all just 185ers, cut it weight, and throw big, meaty fucking hooks. If you think Max Holloway is getting beat by a nigga who has a 1 and a 2 and an uppercut down the middle that only lands on people that stand in the pocket like this, that are trying to catch him, that are trying to match him in that, you're fucking crazy. You're fucking crazy. Max is going to tear him apart. The guru already explained how it's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Lucas is switching his fucking opinion. He's swaying towards Max now. Everybody knows it. He's being safe. But, Lucas, you're picking a safe pick. You're going with Gaethje because Max might get fucking dusted. But if Max doesn't lose, you know what it's going to be. It's going to be a fucking clinic. So, moving on to the fight below that. What is that? Don't tell me that's that's not Bo Nickel, right? Nah, it's Charles Oliveira, Armand Sarukian. There you go. That's a decent matchup right there, too. Armand's got a lot to prove. I think Charles can get it done. But if he doesn't, it's over for him. It's over for him. And I could be wrong. Armand Sarukian could be the next best thing and just walk through him and then go challenge Islam, fight him and beat him too. And then I could be like, okay, so I guess maybe Charles wasn't that bad. But it just seems like Charles is an inconsistent fighter to me, man. He's got good nights, he's got bad nights. And I think people allow the charisma. It's that thing. It's like where I like this guy, so I want him to win, and I'm gonna say he's gonna win. I don't know why people like Oliveira so much. I think he's fucking corny as fuck, but I don't think he's corny as fuck. Maybe I do. I think he's cornier than other fighters that people say are corny. Like, he's more corny than fucking Sean O'Malley. And part of it has to do with the fact that he's very arrogant. And I think this is the fight of arrogance. This is the two fucking gay princes. You know what I'm saying? These niggas are battling for the fucking, this is RuPaul. Attitudinal ass, sassy ass niggas. Like, Arman's always talking shit, always has a fucking problem with somebody, always trying to prove a point. And Oliveira's always saying he can beat niggas, but don't want to fight niggas. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, and whether you would accept that or not, you that's fine. He said he wants to fight for the belt multiple times. He's had the opportunity to fight for the belt multiple times. He has not fought for the belt at all. Not since he lost. You know? I'm going to go with Ahmad Sarukian. I think he's going to beat the shit out of Oliveira. But Oliveira, you know, he's Oliveira. He might blow our minds again. Who knows? If Ahmad Sarukian smokes him, though, we got another fucking demon on our hands. Fuck. Below that, we have Cody Brundage versus Bo Nickel. What a retarded-ass fucking fight. You know what's sad, though? If Bo isn't as good overall in MMA as we're projecting him to be based off his previous performances against guys who couldn't strike and couldn't match him in the wrestling, or at least didn't have decent enough submission defense or takedown defense to fight him. Like that's the problem with the guys he's fought so far. They're not like tested against anybody who's competent. But like Cody Brundage has fought guys who went on to do decent things, who are either currently ranked or could be ranked. You know what I mean? And he's lost to them, sure. But he loses pretty bad. But you got to think about it. Like, we don't know how good Bo actually is. If Bo is what if he's a Cody Brundage level? What if he's high level wrestling but has no other attributes? Because Cody Brundage can crack. Let's stop lying to ourselves. The reason why he gets fucking chinned is because he goes in there swinging for the fences. And maybe that's not going to work on Bo, but he's not some fucking slouch on the ground. He just gives up because he's there for a paycheck and the UFC doesn't pay him enough to fucking die in there. Like, that's what I genuinely think. I think he's an intelligent guy who doesn't want to take too much brain damage or break any bones. He goes in there, he gives it all he's got in the first round or 2 rounds if he can survive. And then he says, fuck it, takes his check and goes home. There is a good chance Bo could get chinned. And even if he doesn't lose to Cody Brundage, we're going to find out today. If Bo has a hard time putting Cody Brundage away, do you guys remember Khamzat Chimaev? And how, he's overhyped and he's not that. Okay, well, Khamzat didn't struggle until he got to fucking Usman. And he didn't even struggle in that fight. Oh, well, Gilbert Burns exposed him. That was his like 4th or 5th fight in the UFC, you idiot. Who fights Gilbert Burns in his prime in their 4th or 5th fight in the UFC? Not Bo Nickel. You stupid bitch. So if Cody Brundage gives him a hard time, whether he wins or loses, if Bo doesn't go in there and do exactly what he did with all his last opponents with Cody Brundage, if Cody Brundage takes it to the fucking 2nd round or to the distance, Bo Nickel's over. That's done. The UFC needs to take him off stop it. Stop promoting him. I hope Bo wins in an amazing fashion. But there is part of me is telling me, something in my mind is telling me he's going to have a hard time with this motherfucker in the beginning. And I think in the 2nd round, I think Cody will take it to the 2nd round. And then we'll find out how much dog this motherfucker Bo Nickel's got, right? But, yeah, under that, we've got, Jesus Christ. Let's try to blow through these. I mean, we can't really. Yuri Prochazka versus Alexander Rakic, the fucking weird samurai dude. I train a lot like Yuri. I punch trees and weird shit and all that. I'm not a fighter, by the way. But, yeah, Yuri is an interesting character. I think he has what it takes to beat Rakic, but I think Rakic is just... He's hungry, but he's coming off this fucking this fucking injury. So I'm just like, I'm high and drunk. So if I fucking say the wrong thing, blame the drugs. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm confident in picking Rakic to beat this motherfucker. But I'm gonna say Europe or Hoxton. This isn't a matchup that I'm too into because it's not necessary. Like, why wouldn't you just have Rakic wait? Or like, why would you put him up against somebody like he could fight? Like, this nigga is a former like. And he's coming off a loss, but like, he's not really coming off a loss. That was a weird L. That was a weird win for Alex. You know what I'm saying? So like, I think Yuri's going to beat him up. But we'll see. Calvin Kattar versus Aljamain Sterling. Calvin Kattar beat the shit out this motherfucker. He talks so much. I talk a lot too, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure somebody one day will be like, beat the shit out this motherfucker, the same way I'm saying about Aljamain. But right now, we're talking about Aljamain. Aljamain, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Stop smiling at the camera trying to be everybody's friend. You are a villain, brother. You're a villain. Just be yourself, bro. You can see through your shit. Look at you. Even in your fucking... You look like a fucking demon. Stop trying to be some fucking nice guy, hero, some honorable character. Marab, too. Marab knows he's a villain, though. He's out here stealing Paulo Costa's food and shit. That's what villains do. They steal your food. You know what I mean? Aljamain should win this shit. He should just backpack this nigga up and wrap him up, pack him away, send him to fucking Pakistan. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it is. Calvin Kattar, you could take hits. You put that boy in the war. Put that boy in the Marines. Send him out there. Bro, you don't even need SEAL Team 6. You got Calvin Kattar. That boy took almost 500 strikes to the head. You can take 500 strikes to the head. You can take a couple bullets. You know what I'm saying? If Aljamain can't take this nigga down, which is a high possibility, if he can't keep him there, and it gets to the point where they're standing up for minutes, yeah, he's going to get put the fuck out. He's going to get smoked. All that talk about, I'm going to try to stop doing that mental warfare shit. It don't work. Calvin Kattar laughed. When you said you was going to try to put a striking clinic on him, I bet his coaches and his team and him and his head, they were all just like, this stupid ass nigga. They probably didn't say nigga. They probably said, this stupid ass person. But, yeah. I mean, Aljo should win. I'm going with Calvin Kattar, man. I would bet on Aljo, but I'm rooting for Calvin. Women's bantamweight bout. Holly Holm versus Kayla Harrison. It's just two hot MILFs. If they stop lifting weights and eat some fucking ice cream a little bit, you know, they'll be hot MILFs. Kayla Harrison's probably going to whoop her ass. Ronda style with some steroids. Ronda on steroids. That's Kayla Harrison. I don't think she's on gear. But if she was on gear, I wouldn't even care. She looks amazing. She looks like she's going to walk through a brick wall. That lady is impressive. So, yeah, we're going for Kayla Harrison. Sadiq Youssef versus Diego Lopez. Fuck Sadiq Youssef. I just... Not fuck him. I like the kid a little bit, but I just think, like, the hype around him is... Brother, if let's stop drinking. Good stuff. I was going to say this is my first drink, but I don't know if I want people... I'm an alcoholic. I was going to say I don't want people thinking I'm an alcoholic. Yeah, I drink a lot, guys. Jalen Turner versus Renato Moicano. I didn't even go through that one. Yeah, Diego Lopez all day. I don't know. Fuck Sadiq Youssef. I'm not getting behind the hype train, bro. It's gonna die. He's gonna get smoked. You can just see it. You can see it. The way he fights is good. Every time he's fighting, I'm like, oh, okay, he's doing good. Oh, okay, he's good. Oh, shit. If he got hit by that, he would have fucked. Like, I'm always sitting here, like, waiting for him to get knocked the fuck out. And he doesn't. He knocks them out. So, Jalen Turner versus Renato Moicano. I'm rooting for fucking Moicano, but Jalen Turner's probably going to beat that ass. My brother, Moicano, I love you, man. I'm rooting for you in this fight. Brazil, right? He's probably going to whoop your ass, brother. Anyway, Jessica Andrade, Marina Rodriguez. Bobby Green versus Jim Miller. You know what I'm saying? Miller life, you know what I'm saying? Mr. Miller. You know what I'm saying? You're going to retire after this fight, I'm sure. Because Bobby Green's going to put a hurting on you. I don't know what this idea that Jim Miller's going to stalk forward and in charge at Bobby Green and land the blah, blah, blah. Or Bobby Green's going to be good in the first round and then Jim Miller's going to read him and catch him with his crafty vet skills. And like, no, Jim Miller's going to go in there like Jim Miller and do what Jim Miller does and fight and mix it up. And then Bobby Green's going to be sitting there. And Jim Miller's not going to know what the fuck to do because he doesn't fight people that fight like that. When was the last time Jim Miller fought somebody who fights like Bobby Green? Who's like actually a crafty marksman? When was the last time Jim Miller fought somebody who was like decent on the feet? And I don't mean good boxing. I mean good striking. Because Bobby Green is a good striker, not a good boxer. I'm sure he could box in a ring, but like for his boxing doesn't translate to MMA. Like when he's in the pocket, he gets knocked the fuck out. But his MMA striking, very high level. Jim Miller hasn't beaten any high level strikers in a while. How is he going to do against some nigga who's just popping at you, popping? How's he gonna do? Huh? I'm going Bobby Green all day. That's not even a fucking debate. I don't know why motherfuckers was. Stop rooting for Jim Miller because you're afraid that Bobby Green's gonna get knocked out. Bobby Green gets knocked out, then he knocks people out. And then he goes to decisions. He's a random ass fighter. He's not very consistent. But I'm just not sure why you think Jim Miller has the skill set to beat a guy like Bobby Green. Bobby Green can fight guys in the top 5, I'm sure. I bet Bobby Green would have an interesting fight against like Dustin Poirier. I bet he'd even have an interesting fight against at least at this point in his career. I think even Justin Gaethje, I think, or Max. Imagine him and Max fought. That would be an amazing fight. And I'm sure he'd get knocked out. But like, that's what I'm saying. Do you see Jim Miller having any competitive fights with Dustin Poirier? And they're gonna just maul him. So we're talking about 2 different levels of guys. I don't know why who put that matchup together. They should have gave Jim Miller to like some, you know what they should have did? They should have got that kid, what was it, Chase Hooper. You know what I'm saying? Moved him up to 155 and was like, yo, this is your opportunity. Jim Miller, UFC 300, Chase Hooper, UFC 400 and 500. Because he seems like that type of fighter too. He's going to be around for a while. You know what I mean? Like, he ain't going to win big, but he's going to be around for a while. He'd be good enough. Another Clay Guida ass motherfucker. Davidson Figueiredo versus Cody Garbrandt. Figueiredo's supposed to win this fight. I would bet on Figueiredo, but Cody might just light him up. I don't know. The output, it really depends on the output Cody decides to have. Like, if he just goes out in the first round and just starts to style on this nigga and just I don't know what to tell motherfuckers, man. I don't know what to tell motherfuckers. I don't think Figgy isn't even going to get knocked out. He just gives up. Like, and I'm not saying he's a first round giver-upper, but like, we haven't seen him fight anybody that has knockout power in this division. And that's the thing about the guys he was beating in his division. They didn't really have knockout power. They don't really knock people out. Cody Garbrandt knocks people the fuck out cold. We need to stop doing this thing. Like, if you got a good chin, you can take his hits. If your chin is tapped or touched or cracked, it's gonna be a bad night for you, motherfucker. But yeah, I'm high as shit. I'm drunk as fuck. I'm about to see, what time is it? to 120. I'm not sure when the fight start, but I'm about to go. I'm not a fighter. I'm a casual fan. I'm about to go see when them shits turn on. Watch some Joe fucking Rogan. Get more drunk. You know what I'm saying? And upload this fucking video. You guys have a nice day.